All right, I made a $50,000 mistake. And sometimes your marketing data and your metrics may not tell you the full story. And that's why it's important to dig a bit deeper. Um, Basically, one of the campaigns that we were running, there was an incredible zip code that we were seeing a lot of engagement, a lot of leads and inquiries coming in for our programs. But one of the challenges was when they came in, they would come through, they would enroll, but a lot of them wouldn't end up starting and they would choose different schools. So it made us wonder why, at least as far as what it looks like on the heat map, where you can see some of the red areas. It was one of these red areas in the zip code that seemed like it was the perfect ideal student for our school, our brand, and our programs. But at the end of the day, there was a really poor start rate. And it made us wonder what was going on. And so what we did was basically, what's important is to look at some of the core things. One of the things that you want to look at is, you know, what are the basic fundamental KPIs that are happening? Why is there a low cost per click in that area? What is the cost per inquiry in that area? And, why is it showing positive signs, right? Which it was. The other thing we looked at was, you know, we were seeing great, again, engagement. We were seeing great student enrollment numbers, but we didn't know why they were not coming into class. And then the third thing was, and the most important thing was, besides all of the things that the data was telling us, we wanted to figure out why they were not showing up and going to another school. And we really wanted to dig behind the real story and discover, what the data wasn't telling us. And the incredible thing was, at the end of the day, um, the campus was too far away from the zip code. And a lot of the folks that were coming to campus were commuting, and not a lot of them had vehicles, and they didn't have cars. So they weren't really able to get there. And when you looked at what they had to do to get there, it was literally 3 bus rides and over an hour and a half, right? So there were definitely some valuable lessons that we learned there. Um, you know, Sometimes it's okay to dig into the data and to understand, what it's doing and what it's telling you and setting these KPIs, but don't just rest your laurels on that. You got to really look at it all the way down the funnel, right? All the way to why not a student is staying. And even on the retention end, this happens sometimes. The other thing is talk to your admissions team. That is a key. We didn't uncover what was happening until we spoke with the admissions team, and they were telling us that a lot of the folks that were coming in, when they called them to ask them why they didn't end up starting, it was too far. Not from an actual distance perspective, but from a perspective of trying to get to the campus, which was incredible. It was really amazing for us to know this. And if we didn't take the time to speak with admissions, we wouldn't have known that. So, again, take the time, understand the true story behind some of the data. And if things aren't looking right, dig, dig, dig until you figure out what's going on. There's definitely a story behind that.